Hey guys, Dungeon J here. Today I'm going to go ahead and bring you a review of How to Survive, an apocalyptic survival RPG that takes flying boomerangs and men that like to walk around with steel-plated shoulder guards to new levels of zombie-killing mayhem. Want to slap together a Molotov cocktail, or better yet, throw some grade A fertilizer in it and make an explosive crab bomb that'll blow apart any roving pack of zombies, and How to Survive will definitely not disappoint. But first, let me tell you that this video is sponsored by Big Ted's Monster Truck Rental. Want to get from point A to point B with no worries of a traffic jam? Need to let out a little road rage as you ride over some 3-cylinder gas-efficient hybrid? Then give Big Ted a call. Not only does he offer a wide range of monster trucks to rent, but also offers an array of stylish big ball straps to hang from any vehicle that wants to flex its manhood. Give Big Ted a call today and tell him Dungeon J sent you. Now let's take a look at How to Survive, and remember, if you like what I have to say, to maybe subscribe. Gameplay and storyline. Killer piranhas in swamp water, exploding zombies that belch, and an old woman that wants her pussycat back. Just begin to fill in the neat indie title that fills the world full of dread and menace, but at the same time gives you a strong sense of importance as you slap a gas can against a self-made chainsaw and begin mowing down zombies as graceful as a ballerina in a prom night. Now, the premise of How to Survive is simple. You are a shipwrecked survivor trapped on a chain of islands where the local population has decided that human flesh is the preferred meal over mangoes and coconuts. You can choose 3 survivors, all with their own special perks, and in my review I chose the well-rounded individual of Kenji. Speaking of coconuts, along the way you pick up these handbooks written by a name named Kovac, who you eventually find out is still an inhabitant on the island. Kovac also seems to have a few screws loose and probably used those to make some sort of wicked zombie slaying device, as he has no interest in leaving the island and instead seems to be a teacher of sorts. He begins to relay his information on how best to overcome the challenges presented in the island itself and helps to guide the player along the way. However, your intentions are plain. Get the hell off the island and back to the mainland. And that's where it begins to get a little interesting, but you have to play that to get the full meaning behind it. The gameplay comes at you from a top-down perspective where you must traverse the island back and forth, searching for food and materials. Also, you have various quests from NPCs to complete. Along the way, you will continue to pick up these Kovac manuals that show you schematics on how to make things like a wooden boomerang and then turn that wooden boomerang into a steel-spiked arsenal of destruction. Or how to take a compression tube and slap together a homemade shotgun that will blast a wide swath through the thickest of zombie throng. Zombies aren't the only menace, as it seems that the infection of the dead has transferred over to the wildlife itself, and when Bambi decides that you're better than grass, it gives you the opportunity to test out your evading skills. Speaking of skills, the game offers an interesting but simple level up and skill tree, allowing you to eat less or track beasts on the map. While the skill tree is not robust, it does play a major role in the ease of making it from point A to point B. With a no time limit approach, you can really just tinker around and explore, taking your time to find schematics and to level up your character. The hardest part about it is that you need to constantly think of ways to eat, drink, or find a location to sleep when you're tired, and plotting out the best way to get there. But sleeping isn't easy, as you'll quickly find out. All the compounds you can sleep at are a testament to how tired you really are. Pro tip here, don't wait until you're about to fall over from exhaustion before finding that dusty ass bedroll to cuddle up in and call it a night. Each compound is infested with zombies, and to make matters worse, when you open up the doors, alarms start going off and attract every worm-infested corpse within earshot. I tested the gameplay out also with controller and mouse and keyboard configuration, and I found that both of them played pretty nicely. If I was really struggling in a section where I needed precision, then switching to the mouse and keyboard helped to make sure that I was concise with the quick rotations. But the aim system locks on and zeroes in after a few seconds for critical hits. So if you evade and maneuver around obstacles, there really isn't a time that you can't get a good smack with a weapon. The hardest part is when you become surrounded. A melee weapon was great for knocking them around, but finding proper spacing to rear back and kill a zombie with a helmet when swarmed caused a lot of issues. Not only that, but having large exploding zombies roam up on you would decimate your health quickly. Also, there doesn't seem to be many issues with frame drops. The engine ran smooth 95% of the time and made the gameplay even more fun. Overall, while the storyline was bare bones, the gameplay really stood out and excels in its title, with a slight caveat. I do believe some people may get frustrated with not being able to see exactly what is moaning at you from over the rise, or the extension regurgitation of the island maps as you unlock new ways to explore areas you weren't able to get to before. While I myself thought of this as more of a good use of map design, others may find this a little bit tedious. So if your style of gameplay is an ever-increasing world with little backtracking, this title may not suit you very well. Sound and music design.
gone so long. Where were you? I was so worried you abandoned me. The boat is loaded with gas, but we can't leave yet. Andrew has the engine stopped.
Music first. Atmospheric is the key. While there isn't a major melody piece that stands out, the atmospheric approach to the game set the mood for the gameplay. Like a good horror film that can really draw you in with a sense of dread just by eerie ambient noises, How to Survive does much the same with its selection of weird humming tones to keep tension up. Otherwise, there's not much to speak about here. Sound is decent. Zombie moaning, you got it, that's a check. Wilderness noises, check. Padding footsteps, check. Gunplay and weapon smacking, check. Works pretty well. Overall, between the ambience and the sound design, I can safely say that they nailed what they set out to do, and that was to immerse you into this world where you must hunt for food and fend yourself with an ever-increasing infestation of the dead. As you guys know, I rate games as buy, sell, or forget about it, and overall, if you're looking for something that you could dive into for some major replayability and different challenging modes with the zombies, and also has an array of DLC, How to Survive will scratch that itch, especially at the $15 entry, so I'm going to say it's a buy. There's enough meat and potatoes offered in the core game's loop that this investment is a decent deal for what exactly it offers. As for this review, that's it. This is Dungeon J signing out. Guys, have a great day gaming. Later.
I'm just walking the line and there's nobody with